What's up guys, back in today with another reaction to In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, this time with episode 2. I did preface this in a video I made yesterday, but apologies if I might be talking a bit funny or slower. I've got some new headphones and they obstruct the sound of my voice a little bit for me. But I feel like it helps concentrate a bit more on the show. But yeah, I liked the episode last week with the two princes. Some really cute moments in that. Although this has got quite a bit of competition this season. There's quite a few good romance animes, so see what different things this one can bring. Sayonara. She left her drink. Well, it doesn't sound like you're not. I still don't get that. What part are you biting for that to happen? To be honest, I mean, I get those cakes are a bit like, especially when they are over the top with the icing, it is a bit messy and you would get a bit on your nose, but that's just obscene, bro. But yeah, like I said, I can usually, like, my other headphones, they're not great quality or anything, they lasted a long time, but I think they've got like some kind of noise cancelling aspect, because I can like hear my voice but not through my ears, just like through my bones, if that makes sense. So I definitely sound a bit weird. I feel like I might talk a bit weird for a little while, but as I did say a minute ago, I actually feel like it might help me focus a bit more. I'm not too great at kind of adapting and updating things, to be honest with you. I'm someone that puts off stuff like that as long as I can. So it'll take a bit getting used to, but I spoke about this last week. Yeah. They're certainly liberal with the rosy kind of visual, aren't they? Which you guys know what I think. I think it looks nice, but it can feel a bit grifty in terms of trying to create a tone artificially, if that makes sense. To make a scene cute and lovely, all we need to do is just add some flowers next to it. It's just like, do that with the writing, do that with the story and the character interactions. And when we do get to that, that will make those rosy scenes more pretty and mean more. It's like a fight scene in a fight show. If I don't care about the characters that are fighting or have some kind of investment there, I won't care as much for the fight. The same with your romance and stuff. It was one of the early issues I had with Fragrant Flower Blossoms with Dignity. How do you just figure that out? Out like that. Nasuyo Yaji curry. What does that mean? The old man curry or something? It looks pretty lovely, doesn't it? Although it doesn't look like many curries I've had. This does look a bit more fancy. Thought you were swinging the other way. Weird observation. That is not incredibly normal. Sen Chan curry. Got a bit of an upset tummy, maybe. Can happen. Can happen. I love the choice of voice actor for this guy. So I've got to say, apologies. I haven't even checked myself for it like shit. I got toothpaste around my mouth. I literally woke up, what, 10 minutes ago? I haven't even had a wash yet. Not gonna have a wash till I've got to go to football in about an hour, so go get dirty, then I'll have a shower. Yeah, probably got toothpaste around my mouth, probably got sleepers in my eyes. I will say I do quite like her already, you know. Bit of a weird one because she's not like majorly unique. She's not like majorly relatable either. So, she just seems quite like a realistic type of person. Ow. Out of nowhere. Huge old mansion, bruh. Holy. I want home. Generational wealth. You can't have white hair and have a rich family. Yeah, I'm overdoing a little bit with this. I know it's a personal thing, but overdoing it a little bit with that. Like I said, it would have a bit more impact if we done it less. So many romance anime seem to use that kind of stuff as a bit of a crutch. On the DL. Maybe he does. mature of you to apologize so readily. Awfully honest. Awfully honest. Test of courage, this. She seems okay with it. I don't know if you guys had this experience, but I certainly remember doing it at high school. There would be, a game girls would do. I think it's called Nervous, where they would like touch you or like touch your leg and like slowly like move up just to see if you'd get nervous. I mean, fair to say, who wouldn't? But I mean, again, don't get me wrong, it didn't happen all too often. I mean, I don't think it was ever really a game. I think it was more of a excuse. But he done a few things that kind of reminds me of that. Just kind of testing the waters a little bit. Back with a fucking fanny mark. Why is it called that? Honestly. Have every name. We could have translated that to anything. No one would have noticed. I take that back. Pretty close, or exactly that. What's this show called again? Like the Dusk, whatever. That's a nice name. Okay. Again, I like the chemistry with the two of them. Bloody hell, they seem incredibly invested. Yeah. But as I said, I like their chemistry. It does feel a little bit kind of a lot of yeah, this isn't quite boys' love. Does feel like they are maybe saying a bit too much, which is like a very minor thing. But like, I feel like they're maybe try and keep things. It depends who you are as a person, I guess. But again, probably a personal thing. Some of these things I would have like thought myself, but I wouldn't have said out loud. If you know what I'm saying, I think that's just how we humans are. Sometimes we struggle to make ourselves like fully vulnerable. They seem to be very vulnerable to one another, which is really nice to see. But would it happen so early? I'm not 100% sure about. Again, for me, definitely not. So maybe it's more of a like personal experience thing. But yeah, they certainly have got quite vulnerable with each other quite quickly, which is some good signs. I mean, him as a person has got absolutely no issues about that, has he? Like for him, that's just who he is. He wouldn't care about anything like that. But for her, like I said, not sure we'd quite see as much of that. But maybe that's because we get her like in a monologue, we get her kind of perspective of it. I think the character designs are really nice, aren't they? The side characters to the main characters. They don't need the flowers all the time. Speaking of the devil. Well, you're the main character of a romance, so kind of his fate. Awkward sound. Yeah. Oh, damn. On him and us. I don't feel for the. I was about to say, I feel for the other guys in this show. They really ain't getting much attention, are they? Bless them. And how many girls has he previously dated then? Well, damn. I mean, I've thought that about a few girls in my time. Like, why are not as many boys as interested in this girl as I am? And I will say, usually there is some kind of good reason for that. Sometimes because, again, the prettier they are, the meaner and harsher they are. Not all the time, but quite often. But yeah, usually there's a good reason. In this case, I mean, the reason is because at first glance she looks like a boy, supposedly. But that's a good, that's a lovely thing to hear from him, I think. Not really, not really weird at all. Again, like I said, kind of lovely actually. To deal with. Yeah, you'll just get a temperature even hotter. You can't be around right now, bro. Where is the Blaze school doctor? They got one job. And Blaze slacking off. I've mentioned this before a few times on my channel, but I used to have a French teacher that she'd always go and get the laptops for us to work on. We were a pretty shitty class. Like, nobody cared about learning French. I think we were like one of the bottom classes of French because nobody gave a fuck. I especially didn't give a fuck. But she'd always go and get the laptops so we could work on the laptops and do the online stuff. But we all know every time she went, she was going for a smoke. Because she'd be gone for like 15, 20 minutes. And she came back stinking as sick. I couldn't really tell because I used to smoke in high school. But everyone would just say, like, yeah, she's kind of like stinking of cigarettes. It doesn't take that long. But I kind of respected her. When I used to sneak out, I actually used to. I actually used to spot her a few times, and she would like, she just look past me, if you know what I'm saying. She was essentially doing the same thing. Probably what this fucking doctor's up to. Ever. Hmm. Big ass cat. Neko. Kawaii. Yes, you guys did just sleep together. Already. Imagine that. Our main characters already slept together. So I don't think I can name many anime at all where the main characters have slept together in a romance show. I don't want to spoil anything, but one I watched that had a special come out the other week. But other than that, I can't remember many, if any. I guess Clanad as well, but what a weird thing to say. You're real comfortable with sleep. I think he probably said sleeping with someone, but maybe that was like a translation thing. Well, that's all. That's the thing about love, isn't it? Everyone's got these things seen in their childhood movies and these cliches that they want to happen, that they want to live. Like it's fiction. It's like fate and all this. So can't blame people bringing this up. Oh, now she just said, "Yeah, you know what? Fuck it." Hey, why not? Shoot your shot, bro. Fair enough. Honestly, I'm not. I wasn't gonna be happy if it was just like, you know what, just kidding. Everybody knows you're not just kidding. You say just kidding, just in case. Like I've done it myself. I've done it plenty of times myself. Of like, you know what? Don't worry. I'm just kidding. That doesn't matter anyway. It does matter, and he did want to ask. So okay, we're gonna be going out. Okay. Not like too much will change in regards to them kind of getting to know each other and spending time together. But yeah, another nice episode. I gotta apologise again. It's really early in the morning, so even so, had a really good time with this. I like the chemistry. I think they're interesting as characters. Again, they're nothing kind of. They're not like incredibly written or anything so far. We're only 2 episodes in, so not that we should expect that just yet. But yeah, I like them. They're nice. They're good together. I've liked the little of what we've seen of the sidecast so far. The production's really good. Again, the only slight complaint is the flower grifting, but that's like a major positive for some people. So that's a personal preference type thing there. But yeah, really solid all round. I said in the intro, there's a lot of strong romance anime this season, so it's gonna be a tight one because last year I don't remember there being too many great romances, especially last season. Yano-kun was pretty fun, but in more of a kind of wholesome slice of life-ish kind of way than a romance kind of way. Although the romance was really nice towards the end as well, actually. But yeah, lots of really strong romance this season. I mean, just this morning, I'm not going to watch You and I Are Polar Opposites, but that's literally out right now. I'm going to watch that when I get back from football. That's like, to have these airing kind of back to back in the space of like an hour is pretty incredible. I really do like You and I Are Polar Opposites. If you haven't watched that, definitely check out one of my favorite premieres of the season. But yeah, another really good episode. Just seeing them have some curry, seeing them sleep together at the end here, and then things seem to be progressing quite quickly with her taking him up on his joke. But yeah, looking forward to seeing how it goes. Looking forward to a bit more focus on the side characters as well. From the little we've seen, they've been quite promising. Like the character designs, I think, are really cool. And yeah, another sweet episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it though in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll catch you guys next week. Maybe not so early. It depends on what I'm doing kind of football wise, because I got football really early on in the mornings. And that's like an hour after these episodes air, so I really haven't got too much time, but I'll figure that out later. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good rest of your day.